Have you ever counted the steps on your staircase? 14. And then one night it's suddenly 15. Then 18. Then 33. And when you're blind from birth, the terrifying part isn't darkness. It's the absolute silence between the creaks crawling up from beneath your house. Welcome to the Nightmare Investigator. Today's story is one of the most chilling and haunting from No Sleep. A blind writer moves into a new suburban mansion, where the staircase seems to open a passage. Not down to the first floor, but to somewhere else. Extra footsteps, breath right at the back of your neck, a TV turning itself on and off, and something learning to imitate a human, learning to imitate you. Only when the security cameras reveal the truth does everyone realize this nightmare was never just in the mind. Sit tight, don't miss a detail, because sometimes a single extra step is enough to open a door you can never close.
I've always been blind, and that's fine by me. I'm glad I never got to see and then lose my sight. That would have been too depressing. Instead, I don't get to mourn something I've never had. I've lived in this Upper East Side flat for a really long time. As a writer, it's important for me to have my own space. I've been told my writing style is exquisite. Because I cannot see, I focus on the other senses, and my writing shines by stimulating them. I don't say a red apple. Red has no meaning for me. I say warm, firm, and sour. A bit sweet, fits in your hand, smells of grass and childhood. I'm not gonna lie, this flat was nice for a while, but really tiny, and I want to learn to play the piano. So naturally, since I've saved up a lot of money from my works, I bought this beautiful mansion in the suburbs. At least, that's how my friends and family called it. I don't care. I can't see anyway. I just needed to feel the warm sunlight in the kitchen and the crisp air from my balcony while I drink my coffee in the morning and listen to the birds. And I work, day and night. People thought it would be a problem if my house had an upper floor, because according to them, even if I've lived my whole life blind, I cook, chop up things, take baths, and clean the house, I apparently can't climb some damn stairs. No problem for me. I counted the steps of my staircase. 14. Eventually, I got used to it, and I even stared going up and down the stairs faster, since I knew exactly how many steps I needed to climb. That's the thing when you're blind. Some movements become reflexes. Since you live alone, you learn how to position certain things, and you always find them in the same place. One day, however, I was going down the stairs and I tripped. Where I expected the floor to be, there was this additional step, and I didn't think much of it. Figured I must have not paid attention. I mean, yes, it was odd because after 30 years of being blind, tripping wasn't really a common thing, but I didn't look much into it. However, when I went up again, I tripped at the top. That was definitely unusual. Sure as it was, one extra step. I went back the stairs and counted. 15. Counted again. 14. The fuck? Sure enough, 14 steps. Whatever. I went to sleep. A few days passed and I didn't trip anymore. I played it off as some error my tired mind made. Then, one night, as I went downstairs to get a glass of water, I tripped again. This time I really fell down on my foot. That was not a skipped step. There were at least 2 additional steps. I felt around and stood up. My foot hurt a lot, but the ankle was good. I couldn't really stand up on it, but no serious damage. I went up, carefully, counting. 16. What the fuck? Sure, you mess up, you count 1 more or 1 less, but 2 more? The house was so still, so silent. No birds, no bees, no cars passing. Normal people fear the darkness. I fear the silence. I went down the stairs again, counting. By the time I reached the bottom, I counted 14 again. I went up again, 18. That was absolutely ridiculous. Was someone messing with me? How could they even mess with me like that? I've never heard of a burglar to break into someone's house and add steps to their stairs. Still, I went to check to see if I locked the door. I can make my way around pretty neat. Went through the kitchen, then into the hallway, and then I bumped into something. I froze. My organs tensed up. My hairs stood up, all ears. I had never felt so much fear in my life. Decided to go on and check the door. Yeah, locked. I made my way back upstairs, and this time I didn't bump into anything. Or anyone. 18. For fuck's sake. All night, all I did was go up and down, like a lunatic. Each time I got different results. Back upstairs, I decided to go down and make one final count. 14. Okay, it is probably going to be more. 15. Nope, still going. 17. 19. 21. That's a record. 27. 33. That could not be possible. 52. 88. I could absolutely feel this sense of impending doom. Something was there with me, and it was vile, disgusting, and unnatural. And this staircase was never ending. 102. I finally gave up. Whatever this was, I didn't want to reach the bottom. I went back up. The moment I turned my back to go up, I tried to be brave, but something got over me and I ran on all fours, desperate to reach the top, desperate to run back to my bedroom. I don't remember how I got inside and locked my door, but I did. And now I'm sitting here and typing. This house is strange. It is eerie and disturbing. And I think if I'd gotten to the bottom of the staircase, I would have left this world. I don't think that was my house anymore. However, no matter what stupid, cryptic, eerie, unnatural staircase I unveiled, it is important not only that I don't go down there, but that nothing comes up either. And right now, I can hear it creaking. I didn't want to think of the thing I'd bumped into. Felt like bumping into a coat rack or something, but I didn't stop to feel around. I have a consistent urge to flee any dangerous situation I'm in, because I know I can't fight it. Even if I were fast, even if I were strong, I can't fight something I don't fully understand. They could be standing right in front of me, and if they were still enough, I wouldn't know. As I finished writing, I reached for my phone. I figured I'd call my sister. I was starting to feel the warmth of the morning light on my shoulders through the windows and hear some birds. Judging on how stiff I felt, I must have been up all night. The creaking had stopped. Had it made its way up to my door? Was it standing on the other side? Hey Siri, call Daphne. My voice sounded so hoarse. Usually I talk to myself a lot. I sing, whatever, I play music. This time, I'd been so quiet, so afraid to make a sound, so afraid to breathe. The phone was ringing.
Hi there, you good? It's kinda early.
What time is it?
Like 6 a.m.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Everything okay?
I stopped. Slowly, I crept up to the door and placed my ear on the oak wood to listen. I could feel someone's presence outside, waiting.
I think someone broke into my house, and they're being very discreet about it. I've started noticing things, unusual stuff. I trip when I shouldn't, and last night I bumped into something like a coat rack.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, and the staircase kept creaking. Right now, I've locked myself into the bedroom, but I think it's waiting on the other side of the door.
Fuck, that's so creepy. I might have to be at the office at 9, but I'll phone in if I'm late. I'll come check it out.
Thanks. Do you have a key? Daph, do you have a key?
No.
Why? Didn't I give you one?
You did, but I didn't take it. I felt weird having a key to your house.
For fuck's sake. Whatever, just come. I'll fucking go downstairs again and let you in.
Okay, stay safe.
Yeah, whatever. I hung up and sat on the floor, back against the door, waiting, listening. Nothing was going on. Did I scare it off? She texted me she had 10 more minutes until she got to my place. Okay, fuck. Finally, I stood up and unlocked the door. I stood there in silence for a while. My options were very limited. Normal people could literally look around and make out if they were alone or not. I couldn't. All I could do was listen, and if whatever was there was being really still, really silent, my worst option was to feel around. That terrified me. I've talked to others, and something similar for them was sticking their hand out in complete darkness. The thought of touching that thing made my skin crawl. That direct contact was so unbearable and so much more dangerous, but I had no choice. Because everything was silent. So I stuck my hands out. My heart raced with every step. I wanted to keep going, but at the same time, I wanted so badly to stop and turn around. Made my way to the stairs. 14 steps. Back to normal. I was barefoot, and the hardwood floors felt so cold, so unusual against my skin. I thought that bothered me, until I stepped into something sticky. Ew! 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 Fuck! 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 What the fuck? I gagged and wiped my foot on the carpet. I was gonna ask Daphne what that was. Made it to the door without any other occurrences. I unlocked it and was greeted by the familiar voice of my sister.
Hi, oh god. I'm so sorry you have to go through this. I'm ready to call 911, dialed up and everything. I'll take a look. I wanted Ryan to come too, but you know how it is with him and work.
I felt her warm hands around mine and her sweet perfume.
Thank you. It's such a comfort to have you here.
Yeah, no problem.
Please take a look. Tell me if you notice anything unusual. And, I stepped into something sticky in the living room. Please tell me what it was.
Okay, I will. Let's see.
I heard her pace the room carefully, without saying a word. So, what is it? Anything weird?
Chayu.
Silence. Why wasn't she speaking?
It's nothing alarming, it's just odd.
What did I step on?
First of all, that is jam.
Jam?
Yeah, jam.
Are you sure?
Yep. There's a jar on your counter, opened. Maybe you forgot about it.
No, I did not fucking eat jam. What?
Well, it's nothing, but things are a bit out of order.
How?
You're usually pretty neat. Right now it's a bit of a mess, but weird. You've got a pan on the floor, and this painting propped up on your dinner table, taken from the wall. A pile of clothes spread around, almost in a pattern.
What the fuck? Go upstairs and check too. I could tell she didn't want to, based on her hesitation. Eventually, I heard her climb the stairs and walk around a bit. So, anything? Please speak.
There's nothing weird upstairs, and no one, anywhere. It's pretty neat.
That bothered me for some reason. How neat?
Well, the usual. Bed made, things in order.
My bed is made?
Yeah.
I didn't make it. I was literally sleeping in it, then I woke up to get a glass of water, then the weird shit happened and I locked myself in the bedroom. Didn't stop to make my fucking bed.
I mean, it's not perfectly made, like a child tried to.
You said no one was there?
No one.
Call the police. I heard her getting downstairs.
Look, I can't.
Why not? Someone was definitely fucking around in my house.
And tell them what? That someone made your bed? Placed your pan on the floor? No signs of forced entry, you didn't get hurt?
I bumped into something.
In the middle of the night? In the dark? How unusual.
Okay, well, someone was definitely there.
Look, there's not much I can do. I've checked everything, you're pretty safe. You have no attic, no basement, no back door, windows locked, door locked, you're good. I'll help you clean up and I'll get going. If there's anything weird, call me.
Okay. I had to ask her, even though she was going to think I'm crazy. How many steps does my staircase have?
What?
Count them for me.
14, as usual.
Okay. I definitely felt I had flipped a switch with that question because after that question, the way she talked to me changed. She was overly patient, overly calm, kept telling me to put on some music, de-stress, take a bath, listen to one of my audiobooks, and don't panic. I felt an ounce of heartbreak to think my sister didn't believe me. But I moved on. After that, a few days passed when I kept staying alert, but nothing happened. No weird stuff. Everything had gone back to normal. Christmas came and I hosted, had friends and family over, and forgot about how lonely and desolate I'd felt in that house. Maybe I'd just had an episode of, wandering, Maybe my mind had just been somewhere else. When you live with a disability, sometimes it's hard to stay on track. So what if my mental health had taken a hit? I was aware of it and decided to see a therapist. Months passed and nothing happened. I was happy. My new book had been published and I hadn't felt scared or watched in ages. Things were good. One night, I was on the couch, drinking some wine and watching The Bachelor. Well, not exactly watching, but listening. You know what I mean. It's still entertaining. The AC was on and blasting waves of warmth around the house, and I was starting to feel sleepy. I reached out my leg out of the blanket and touched the floor. The cold floor. Reached my hand out and felt the couch. Cold, too. This coldness was everywhere. How could it be? I'd had the AC on for the whole evening. Why was it so cold? I reached for the remote and turned the AC up. It wasn't working. Stupid fucking air conditioner. I'm gonna turn it off and on. Modern problems require modern solutions. I told you I talk to myself a lot. So I pressed the big button. The AC beeped. The beep was wrong. It should have been lower. It's higher when it turns on. Was it off this whole time? Couldn't be. I had literally felt its warm breeze on the back of my neck. I stood there in silence, trying to process. It was as if I was just stalling, delaying the moment of realization because I didn't want to. I didn't want to admit someone or something had been breathing on my neck. It was probably still there, but the breeze had stopped. I turned the TV off. I needed absolute silence to focus. I stood there for what felt like hours, listening. The floors didn't creak, but I could almost make out the carpet being pressed. Steps. Normal people wouldn't have noticed. But I did. The steps were irregular. The pattern was weird, the pacing uncoordinated. I heard when it left the carpet, then a thump indicated it was right next to me. The couch shifted. I was over it. People hallucinate. I stuck my hand to the side, ready to feel whatever the fuck was there. I didn't get the chance. Suddenly, the couch shifted back up and I heard a whoosh. The thing had seen me try to reach it and moved. It didn't want me to touch it. Then, I heard a click. My TV turned back on. Whatever it was telling me to ignore it. Why? Was not going to sit around and watch TV with that next to me. I was going upstairs. After I counted the 14 steps, for some reason, I knew the 15th would be there. Went back down. 17. Went back up. 19. Back down. I was 20 extra steps in and counting when I realized it was not going to end. Stairs were tweaking again. Turned around, went back up, into the bedroom, door locked. The TV was still running downstairs. After a while, I heard it turn off. Others would have been terrified. I was relieved. That meant the thing was downstairs and not here, with me. I've decided to install some cameras around, to be safe. If anything peculiar happened, I wanted to have a friend check them out. Or at least, tell me I was being crazy. I set them up the next day after the incident I posted earlier. After that, I kept minding my own business. I was terrified, and I know what you guys would say. Why would you still stay there? Why were you so calm? Well, there was this odd feeling I had. Something was definitely off, but somehow I was able to go through that and be okay. Almost as if you're walking on a tight rope, and you know that it is dangerous, but you don't want to hesitate or stop, or even slow down, because you somehow feel that the less you think about it and go on, the safer you are from falling. Although in my case, I didn't exactly know what my fate would be. It was Thursday. I had just come home from my job. I also teach creative writing at a university. It is important that I write down my routine that day. I unlocked the door, got inside, locked it back, took my coat off and hung it up, took my shoes off, put my keys on a table, went upstairs, changed, washed my hands, came back down to cook dinner, chopped, stirred, turned the oven on, set the table, worked my way around the stove, sat down and ate my dinner, washed the dishes, so on. Then went upstairs, bathroom, sent some texts, went back downstairs and turned on the TV. After a while, I began dosing off. I could not keep up with whatever fight was going on the show, and my mind began lazily sweeping away until a dream made its way in, mixed with reality. I fell asleep. I awoke and was greeted by silence. No eerie sounds, no movement. Silence. Weird. Hadn't I left the TV on? Oh, okay. I reached my hand out for the remote, which wasn't in the usual spot. The whole room was silent, so the thing was either very still or it had left. I needed to call my friend and ask them to come over so that I could have them check the cameras. The house remained silent for a while until I heard his car in the driveway. Good. I let him in and asked him if he'd noticed anything unusual around.
Not really.
Opened up my laptop and had him access the footage. Okay, let's see. So, we're looking into today, right? I'll just download the last 12 hours. That should be enough. Or the last 6.
Just do 12.
I heard the keyboard clacking for a bit, then we waited until he said, "There it is."
Fast forward, nothing unusual, house empty. Here you are, coming home from work. You're taking your coat off, shoes, keys, went upstairs. Nothing there. Fast forward, here you are again, back down, opened the fridge.
He fell silent for a while. At first, I figured he wasn't seeing anything, so he got tired of narrating what I was doing. I even thought the thing might not even show on camera. I didn't need another person to think I was crazy. But then, the silence had gone on for too long. "So? What do you see?"
Are you fucking with me or what?
"What?" I heard him sigh.
Look, I'm really not in the mood, so please tell me if you're fucking with me.
"What did you see?"
Let's just go to my car. I'll take your laptop with us, and phone, and keys, and I'll download some more footage. And you're spending the night with me.
"Why?" My stomach dropped.
I'll tell you, I will. Let's just go.
His voice was shaking a bit, and I knew he was trying to be calm, but his movements were too rushed, too unhinged. He was freaking out. I put my coat on, took my wallet and keys, and we left. We got inside the car, but he immediately turned the engine on and hit the gas without saying a word. "What did you see? Just tell me. Stop freaking me out."
I'm really sorry for you and what you had to go through. That is some paranormal activity shit.
"What did you see?"
Okay, so, you'd opened the fridge, took out some stuff, then started preparing dinner. I saw some movement upstairs, like, in the corner of the screen. Then, this. Fuck. I don't know. I don't know how to explain. It was a thing. It was so fucking creepy. Looked like you a bit, but not really, because it had longer arms and legs and a very bony face, wearing some clothes. I assume yours?
"So was it human?"
No, I don't think so. Its arms bent so weirdly, and it was taller than you, and it walked... Fuck, what the fuck? It walked so strange and acted so strange, and it had this hair, thin and falling off, and the face...
"Face?"
Yeah, its eyes were really big. That was without a doubt the scariest shit I've ever seen. And fixated on you the whole time.
"What was it doing?"
This is gonna sound crazy, but I think it was mimicking you. It literally watched you non-stop, and the shit that freaks me out the most is that it was in front of you the whole time, while you cut the vegetables, while you ate, while you were watching TV, studying you, poorly mimicking what you were doing, then you fell asleep.
"Yeah?"
It watched you the whole time, took its bony finger, and at some point, pressed the off button on the remote. Its face literally sat like 2 inches from yours for a while. It just stared, until you woke up, then walked. I don't know if I can call it walked. Upstairs.
After he finished talking, we sat in silence for a while. I didn't know what to say. He parked his car and we went up to his apartment, then sat down to download the rest of the footage.
For fuck's sake, Will, I swear to God, it's been watching you non-stop. Like, I've downloaded the footage since the cameras were set up, so that's 2 months ago, and it's here. All the time. Sometimes it climbs up to the corner of your wall, on the ceiling, and watches, Other times it shadows you.
I felt sick. All this time when I thought I was alone?
And that isn't even the weirdest thing. 2 months ago, it didn't have hair. I think the hair is not its own.
What?
I think it got it from somewhere. I think it's picking at your hair while you sleep. It's trying to become human, to become you.
I was about to throw up.
Even in the movements, when you're not there, it takes your things, tries them out. It looks fucking terrifying. It is literally learning, studying you.
I knew for some reason, and I didn't even need proof. I just knew it had come from the stairs, climbed up from whatever portal had been there, and I knew it was trying to lure me down there. So it could take my place. So it could become me. I explained everything to my friend. There was nothing I could do except get the fuck out. I didn't know how to close the portal, and I needed my friend's help if I wanted to try. I was trying to evaluate my risks, my options, when my friend said something that made my blood run cold.
Look, if you don't go through that portal stuff, it will probably just kill you and take your place. I think the next time you return home, it will have figured that out.
Then, my sister knew now that I wasn't crazy anymore. Everyone had seen the footage. It's become some sort of news around my family, friends. They were all dying to watch it. Some morbid curiosity making them want to see what traumatized me for the past months. I was grateful they saw it too, but at the same time I had to move out and sell the house, and that was a bummer. I was struggling financially, and I knew I couldn't just buy another house. I had to sell this one first, and that obviously meant I had to go back there and get my things. I was not planning to go alone, though. It took a while to try to convince my friend to come with me. He was really scared, but I had to get my stuff out, and that meant spending a few more nights there. So after 1 month, me and my friend went back to the house. As soon as we entered, he let out a sigh. I asked what was wrong, and he just replied with,
It's been making some changes around here.
"What changes?"
Well, it took food out of your fridge, your clothes are torn, I think it even slept in your bed. It's not gonna like you being back.
I'm gonna assure that thing that I'm not staying. I'll leave soon enough, and it'll be free to torment whoever comes here next.
Right.
So we started packing and cleaning. It was a bit harder for me, and we called for backup. My other friend, Jessica, she refused to come without her boyfriend. Now, the 4 of us versus that thing meant it would be too scared to do anything. I didn't know much about it, but from its behavior, I learned it mainly focused on me. And when its transformation would be complete, it would try to take over my life and send me to the other place down the stairs. We'd worked on it for a few days, and what we'd left was just some furniture to be moved. I was extremely grateful for my friend's support, who, unlike my sister, believed me from the beginning. We'd had so little due to left. Just some furniture, as I said. So little. And I hadn't expected it to end like this. It was me, my friend, the one who saw the footage first, we'll call him Adam, and my sister Lisa. They were downstairs, wrapping up the TV, and I was upstairs, lifting up the mattress. I could hear their voices downstairs. I'd mostly ask them to speak more, just so I wouldn't listen to the silence. Silence, for me, meant danger. After a while, they stopped talking. I could only hear the sound of footsteps and things being dragged around. Lisa? Adam? No answer. Guys? My heart dropped. I made my way downstairs. I'd subconsciously counted the steps. 16. Whatever. Lisa? Adam? No answer. Feeling around, the house was empty. No one was in the living room. No one was in the kitchen. Just boxes and clothes. I sat on the couch, listening, hoping to hear some footsteps. But I was only greeted by silence. So heavy, almost a being of its own. I had the urge to leave. Made my way to the front door, but just as I was about to turn the doorknob, this feeling stopped me. I turned around and pressed my back on the door, feeling the phone in my pocket. "Hey Siri, call Lisa." She picked up.
Yeah? Will, is that you?
"Yes, where are you? Where are you, Lisa? Where's Adam? Why would you leave like this? You know you shouldn't leave me here alone."
What do you mean?
"Where are you?"
In The living room? Will, where are you?
In the goddamn living room. There's no one here.
I don't understand. You came down the stairs and you're now sitting on the couch looking at me. Who is this? Who is calling me from your phone?
It's me, Lisa. It's me. I'm telling you, I'm in the living room.
Then who is sitting on the couch if it's not you?
The moment of realization hit both of us gradually. I knew who was on the couch, or what was on the couch. And I knew that wherever I was, that wasn't my house anymore. I had finally managed to go down to the other place, and the thing had come back up. But this time, with a more efficient disguise. Listen to me, Lisa. That is not me. I need you to leave the house. Take Adam with you, please. Just get out. Suddenly, she said something that shocked me.
How do I know?
How do you know what?
That it's not you. On the couch.
Is the thing just sort of staring at you?
Yeah?
Well, move around a bit. It knows I'm blind, so it will pretend it is blind too. If you do something unexpected and it follows you with its eyes, you'll know.
Okay.
I didn't hear much next, just movement. Then I heard her say,
Oh my god, it's true. What do I do now, Will? I'm scared.
I don't think it'll hurt you. Just don't let it know you know it's not me.
Okay.
I'll just go back upstairs and hope I can somehow make it out.
Do you think it understands what we're saying?
I don't know. Because if it does, then it also knows I know. I felt helpless. And for the first time in my life, I wished I could see so badly. I just wanted to get out of whatever this place was, back to my real house, but I could not find the staircase. I was stuck. What if I wasn't going to make it out of this place? Please stay on the phone with me.
Okay, Adam, come here. No.
What?
He talked to the thing. He thought it was you.
And what is going on?
Adam, here, take the phone.
I heard Adam's voice.
Yeah?
Adam, listen. This is me. This is Will. And I'm stuck in this place. That up there is not me. Please don't talk to it. Don't let it know you know it's a copy.
What, Will, is that you? Are you serious?
Shut up, shut up.
Whoa, buddy, don't touch me. Stay there. Freak. I need to call the police.
Don't call the police. If it knows you don't believe it's illusion, I don't know what it will do.
Lisa, take this. I'm calling the police. I'm tired of this shit.
I heard some muffled voices and then Lisa again.
Maybe it's good that he's calling the police, right? Maybe the thing doesn't understand we know it's not real.
She stopped.
Don't act scared of it, Lisa. Act normal.
I'm trying, but it just stood up now.
Please, I don't know what it can do.
It's walking towards me. I'm just scared. Oh, what the fuck?
What?
I listened as her voice changed from confusion to disgust to fear to terror. What? Lisa? Adam? I couldn't make out what she was saying. At some point, I thought I heard Adam. I was still desperate to feel around for that fucking staircase. I heard a thud, meaning she'd dropped the phone, and some screams, then muffled crying and some sounds I could not make out. I couldn't make out what she was saying. At some point, I thought I heard Adam. I was still desperate to feel around for that fucking staircase. I heard a thud, meaning she'd dropped the phone, and some screams, then muffled crying, and some sounds I could not make out. At this point, my whole body was tensed up, and my heart was beating so hard I was about to faint. The more noises I heard, the more I was convinced something sinister had happened. And as much as I'd tried to deny it, I knew. I had no choice but to listen to this scene through the phone, unable to help. And even if I'd been able to get out of this place, I couldn't see anything either. At some point, after I'd screamed my lungs out, my face drenched in sweat and tears, the noise stopped, and this silence remained. This fucking silence. I hate silence. I kept wailing, hoping someone would respond. It could have been hours until I got a response, but not the one I hoped I would get. I heard some harsh movement, and then this hoarse, rotten voice that wasn't even a voice, but something like an animal trying to mimic a human.
I think I'll just sleep in. For some, it would have been comical, but I knew that was just one of the phrases I used to say. It had just mimicking me again. Bring me the Azores, I think I will coot this ape you. I listened, petrified. Meanwhile, my foot hit something. Stairs. Was it letting me go? I climbed up the stairs and found myself in my hallway. I could feel the familiar carpet under my feet. I went downstairs and sensed this smell that I couldn't identify. The floor was slippery. Lisa? Adam? I heard something run up the stairs, and just like that, I knew the thing had left, for now. But my mind wasn't on the creature, but on Adam and Lisa. Guys? Walking around in the slippery floor, my foot hit something. It felt like hair. Nothing in the world could describe how I felt in that moment. There is nothing I can type down here which will help you visualize, because not everything feels like something else. There is no analogy I can make. When you discover a crime scene, you usually see it first. I hadn't. I'd just been walking around their bodies clueless for a good few minutes. You know how it feels to not know something is blood until you slip on it? To have to see if someone is alive by desperately feeling around her to find their hand, neck, pulse. To just crawl around in their blood, running your hands through the mess, trying desperately to see any signs of life, calling out their name. I heard the door open, and I realized the police had come. Adam had probably called them, and they had finally managed to make an appearance. They found me, obviously, covered in their blood next to them. I didn't even know what the creature had actually done to them. No matter how hard I tried, they would not listen to me. They thought I was crazy. The next following days were a blur. Luckily, I had the footage of the thing from the past months, and the testimony of my remaining friends and family, plus Adam's call that clearly said, "Something is pretending to be my friend, and it may hurt us." They had downloaded the footage of the actual murder, but they refused to describe it to me. They just asked me to rest, but I can't, because no matter what, I want revenge. I am determined to find out the story of this thing, the story of this house and its weird fucking portal staircase, and I want to kill this fucking creature, even if it is the last thing I do. For now, this is my final update. I might post more on my account, depending on what I come across. For now, I need rest. I have begun seeing a therapist, and I'm recovering. I still get nightmares. I wonder what I could have done better, but the truth is, I think I was doomed from the beginning. From the moment I'd counted one extra step on my staircase, the nightmare had begun.
And now that the story has come to a close, join us as we move into the breakdown, delving into the supernatural signs, cross-checking the evidence, and uncovering what truly lurks beneath that staircase. A staircase. Changing step count. In folklore and urban legends, endless staircases hallways are classic liminal spaces where the boundary between reality and elsewhere thins. The steps increasing as you go down signals spatial displacement rather than simple miscount, especially for a blind narrator whose step counting is a hardwired reflex. The abnormal silence. The narrator says, "I fear silence more than darkness." In many supernatural accounts, dead silence accompanies an intruding presence. Ordinary ambient noise disappears, leaving only the wooden creaks as an invading signal. Tjat, the Imitator by Doppelgänger. Myths about doubles describe entities that learn gestures, speech, collect personal items, hear, hair and clothing, and even pretend to be blind to pass as the victim. Standing inches away, clumsy mimicry, fixed attention, all hallmark behaviors of a copycat entity. The portal at the bottom. The sense that, if I reached the bottom, I'd leave this world, aligns with the threshold, portal motif. Crucially, it's not merely a doorway out. It allows the other place to bleed upward, seen in the entity climbing up, turning off the TV, manipulating airflow, warm breath while the room is cold, rearranging items, and childlike bed making. Behavioral evidence. Odd room layout, pan on the floor, painting propped on the table, clothes spread in patterns, signs of observation experiment, mimicry. The bed made, but poorly. The entity copies appearances, not rules. Open jam jar and sticky patches, Tactile traces of clumsy food handling detected by the blind narrator. In technological evidence. Cameras show the entity for 2 months. Continuous presence, ceiling clinging, corner watching, standing inches from the sleeper, using the remote. Key points countering personal hallucination. Hair acquisition, a biological disguise in progress, collecting materials to complete the mimic. Witness accounts. The friend viewing footage panics and insists on leaving, an independent witness bolstering internal credibility. The live call with Lisa, the eye tracking test to expose the fake. If it follows movement with its eyes, it isn't blind. An on-the-spot field test confirming active predation. Blind perception strengths. The narrator relies on micro cues in sound, temperature, and touch. Subtle anomalies, the AC beat pitch, cold surfaces, irregular footfalls on carpet, become stronger evidence than visuals. Identity parasite hypothesis. The entity needs behavior, speech, and materials, hair, clothes, to assimilate and replace. The staircase functions as an ingress. Descending strips you from reality, while ascending allows the double to enter. Endgame. Push the original down and occupy their life up here. Why it waited to attack. It needed a perfected disguise to survive scrutiny by the victim's social circle. Once exposed, the eye test, it escalated to violence. The final tragedy. In many doppelgänger traditions, recognition by loved ones triggers elimination of witnesses. The moment the illusion fails, the entity removes the threat. If one day you counted your stairs and the number no longer matched, what would you do? Turn back, or keep going to see what's at the bottom? Do you think this is a true doppelgänger, an entity learning to replace a human, or a liminal space anomaly warping perception? And how would you close the portal at the base of the stairs? Share in the comments your theory about the shifting steps. The most reliable tell for spotting an imitator. What you would have done differently to save Lisa and Adam. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the Nightmare Investigator, and turn on notifications. If you've experienced something similar, send us your story. Maybe the next episode will be yours.